Hey everyone, welcome back, and this is my review of, one sec here, alright, this is my review of Free Iwatobi Swim Club episode 6 entitled Shocking No Breathing. Okay then, that's kinda weird. Anyways, let's get on to the summary though. Haruka and Nagisa awaken to Makoto's shouts for Rei and immediately dive to there and after noticing them in the rough sea. Upon approaching Rei, Makoto suddenly becomes fear-stricken but is rescued by Haruka. However, as Nagisa goes after Rei, the group is suddenly struck by a large wave. A while later, Haruka drags Makoto to the nearby Tsukishima shore, and upon awakening, the latter's old fear of the ocean resurfaces. Elsewhere, Nagisa and Rei make it to shore, with the latter blaming himself for putting the group in danger. Soon enough, the guys reunite, and despite each blaming themselves for their own shortcomings, are genuinely relieved that they are all unharmed. With the storm still raging on, the guys decide to head over to the nearby abandoned Tsukishima rest house for shelter, and after scavenging some leftover food from the kitchen, they decide to pass the time by telling each other embarrassing stories. Seriously, how the fuck old is that food anyways? I'm surprised they don't get horribly fucking ill from it, seriously. And also, like, I think it was Makoto, or maybe it was Haruka, whatever, brought up that this water hasn't gone bad, hasn't expired yet. I'm sorry, but water doesn't fucking expire. Unless, I don't know, maybe flavored water would expire, but flavored water is not water. It's horse piss, okay? Secondly, why the fuck did they have to warm it up? First off, I'm surprised that or boil it. I'm surprised that a stove or a microwave or anything would work in there in the first place. Let alone the fridge to keep the food cold and good, you know, and and whatnot. But why would they have to boil their water? First off, it must taste fucking disgusting, and what's the point of it anyways, you know? Anyways, yeah, the embarrassing stories. And you know, there's some pretty funny ones in here, and whatnot. There's one where, Rei tells a story about him leaving his, underwear in the gym locker room. That was pretty embarrassing for him. And then, Haruka tells a story about, basically, it's supposed to be a love story, and he tells about his parents taking him up to the mountains, and when he finished his hike, he saw a beautiful waterfall. And of course it was dragged out a little bit longer than that, but yeah. But eventually Rei asks Makoto about the reason for his hesitation in the water. Much to Haruka's objection, Makoto reveals his thalassophobia. I guess maybe that's a real term, I don't know. I'll click on it later on. I'll click on it right now, screw it. Yeah. Oh, I guess it is, okay. Makoto explains that when he was younger, he had befriended an old fisherman in a nearby fishing harbor. However, the man's boat soon got caught up in a typhoon and sank 3 kilometers from the harbor, killing everyone on board. Makoto explains that both himself and Haruka used to swim. Excuse me. Both himself and Haruka used to swim 3 kilometers offshore every day, but ever since the fisherman's death, he felt as if an unknown force dwelt in the ocean. Makoto concludes that he planned their trip despite his since believing that their shared passion for swimming can take them anywhere. As the storm finally subsides, the guys step out and marvel at the stars, which symbolically reflect off of a large puddle, echoing Makoto's words. The next morning, the guys swim back to the mainland and collapse from exhaustion on the shore, much to Go and Miho's confusion. And that basically ends this episode. Alright, let me take a drink here real quick and I'll get to the review portion of this video. Alright, time for the review. So I really couldn't find any major flaws in this episode. And don't think I'm being biased here when I say this, especially about this series, because really I think the only people who could be truly biased about the series is really fangirls or homosexual fanboys, whatever. Because it'd basically be the same sort of thing. I'm not either, so I can't really be biased about this particular series in general. Really, it just mixed a bit of drama when they were talking about Makoto's past, along with humor when they were telling Rei's embarrassing story and Haruka's love story, putting love in quotes right there, of course. And ultimately, that's pretty much what it does. It tends to combine drama with humor, and I think this series does that very well. Alright. So yeah, but really there's nothing more for me to say about this episode. So yeah, anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.